Yeah, making a video. Beardy man, modern mystic, and then we'll get into the more determinism stuff, and could be serious, maybe another spiritualism non-video, where she says nothing, you know. But anyway, challenging us to have a debate about spirituality and whether it should be part of atheism. Well, whatever, retarded. But there's an underlying subject. Hover Blubber guy made a video. Wasn't very good though. I mean, didn't say much in terms of just sort of wishy-washy. Well, yeah, you got to be worried about the left, but then you got to worry about the right, and somehow preaching the middle without preaching the middle. So anyway, modern mystic is a curious fellow, curious thing. So somehow he has got it in his head that I'm taking credit for me in some sort of inappropriate way. And that somehow I'm signing everything with my name or something, and therefore I've broken some sort of rule. And I'm not giving proper attribution to the forces that created me, which are preposterously nuanced and unidentifiable. Obviously people affected me in reverse ways. I mean, they thought they were doing something to teach me something, and they taught me the exact opposite, because I learned that they're hypocrites and duplicitous fucktards, and couldn't trust anything they say, so they couldn't influence me. They had no power over me. So there's lots of reverses, so there'd be no point in saying, oh yeah, that incident when I was 4 years old did this, and this one when I was 7 years old did that, and this one put that dent in me, and this one put that dent in me, and this is how I came out, and this is... So it's all... I have to give a list of the 9 zillion people. It's like making a movie and giving attribution in the movie to everybody who invented movies, everybody who had anything to do with it, anybody who made plastic, anybody who had an idea of shooting light through a transparency. Just, yeah, you could just run 17,000 hours of attribution on the movie, and somehow that would make sense? That can't be his point. That's too preposterous. So let's give him some credit and say, no, his point isn't that silly. All right, what's his point then? I mean, I've conceded determinism. Not even conceded it. I've declared that, yes, it seems the only logical option. I've stated it's all inevitable. I'm merely pointing out that the present does exist, though. The future hasn't actually happened. It would be kind of silly to assume it's already happened when everything about this seems like this is not the future. So it's somewhere between the past and the future, but it's not the past and it's not the fucking future. So I don't see anything wrong with calling it like unfinished writing, doing something. So it can't be that, because that's too obviously that I'm right. Okay, that it isn't written. It's inevitable, but we're writing it. So I just don't know what he expects me to change about my behavior. He's saying I'm doing something wrong. He won't specify the wrongness of it, except the fact that I'm saying this configuration of matter does say things, and one of the things it says is, ooh, I gotta go fix that other fucker, because if I don't fix him, done won't get done. See, done has got to be in the future, and I'm smart enough to know that done is only going to get done if a certain number of people do. So if I don't have a certain number of people doing, done isn't going to get done. Just ain't going to happen. So if I was to analogize this as like bowling balls, and a certain number of strikes have to happen, okay? I know that logically I can run the model, this machine can run the model and say, okay, a certain number of strikes has to happen. And currently there's not enough strikes happening as the bowling balls fly down the alley. And the bowling balls, before they go down the alley, sit in a holding area, okay? And they bang into each other all day. And they acquire vibration through that process. And I understand that, well, if they get this vibration, okay, the one I'm experiencing, if I can make this vibration vibrate that guy will roll a strike. And see, so I'm saying, yeah, this vibration thing has to be spread among the other bowling balls in this containment area, so when the ball's released, it gets a strike instead of a gutter ball. Now, if the other balls are vibrating spirituality and mumbo jumbo and two-slit double indemnity and all kinds of fucking nonsense, Well, they ain't going to roll strikes. They're going to roll fucking gutter balls. They ain't going to do what the world needs to get done to have strikes get strict, and then the done gets done, and it's all good. So the all good ain't going to happen unless I get the bowling balls in the all good condition through this vibration thingy. And all my vibration thingy is going to be inevitable, and I just don't see any point in me walking around going, I'm a reflection of the universe, and I would like to inform you that your vibration is incorrect and we need to fix your vibration. I mean, maybe that'll work. I don't know. But why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you calling yourself a vibration of the universe? Or, instead of Beardy Man, which seems it's got man in it, it's got identifiers in it. Why don't you just call yourself a reflection of the universe's anal parts or something? The nasty bits, the little fuzzy hairs on the butt of the universe, or wherever you want to think your role play is here, what part of the beastie of the universe you are. But I just can't for the life of me understand what the fuck you're expecting me to do except be who I am, who I have been made to be, the bowling ball that I am. I'm vibrating a certain way. I can see certain things that are quite fucking obvious, that we're heading in certain directions. Yes, even though To Be Serious says we can't predict the future, well, the fact is we can predict a hell of a lot of shit. Okay, we can't do it perfectly and 100% all the time, but a hell of a lot of shit we predict pretty goddamn good. Even little kids sing about it, like, the sun will come out tomorrow. Even little fucked-hearted kids can predict things right sometimes. So, it's just nonsense to say we can't predict anything, we can't see it, we can't understand it. We can understand it, we can understand the mechanism, we can understand what kind of vibrations bowling balls need for done to get done in the future, and it seems like the bowling balls that can see that have a responsibility to say, I got to do my jiggling next to that guy because that vibration's got to move if the future's going to have done in it. The future won't have done in it unless I do the doing. This bowling ball has to bounce certain ways. It has to have that spin on it to do it. And it just really doesn't matter whether I'm calling myself Bowling Ball or Gary or Inmendham or Fuckface or Shitnut. It just doesn't matter what you call this configuration of understanding and vibration. Clearly, this configuration of understanding and vibration knows that vibrations must be communicated for vibration to affect future. That's the way it works. This vibration can do nothing if this vibration dies in isolation. So this doesn't make any sense for you to sit there and give me this argument like somehow I'm doing it wrong. What should I change, you motherfucker? Oh, excuse my French. Oh, that isn't French, is it, technically? But exactly what are you saying I should change in my vernacular, in the way I'm saying it? Should I not say the word I? I don't see you doing that. Shall I not? What are the magic words that are offending you, you fucking cunt? I mean, I wish you'd just be a little bit fucking more direct, because I don't understand what the fuck you've got up your ass in terms of a plan for me. What's your plan? That I should just sit in my living room and be comfortable because the vibration's going to spread all by itself? What? What is your statement here? Because I don't fucking stand. Can you understand those words? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Can't you say it some other way? Telling me what I already know, which is the future is going to happen. It's all inevitable. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to do. So fuck. If you're going to tell me I'm doing it wrong, then you fucking ought to be able to tell me what right is, fuckhead. And I really don't think the difference between right and wrong is saying, I'm not really a person, I didn't create anything, I don't create anything, I don't do anything, I'm just a mechanical cog in the universe's universing, and because of the way the vibrations and the cogging has happened, I have an understanding that we are facing doom, and I'm going to try to inform you of the doom, because it just seems logical, and there's a fundamental logic in the universe, and so I'm just obeying the logic in the universe and doing the logical thing, which is spread the vibration, because the vibration is good, and good is better than bad, and the only way to stop the bad is to replace it with the good, so blah, 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 blah. Is that what I'm supposed to do to make you fucking happy? Anyway, I don't even know if it's going to make you happy. Is that all I have to do to get you off my ass with this fucking straw man argument that I'm somehow not a determinist? Because why? I don't deny the fact that I understand that change happens because a group of people change, and that they have to change because they communicate with each other to change each other, and then the thing happens. Because I won't deny that. Yeah, right. Fuck. So anyway, so that's part one. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it at all. So, we'll move on in some manner. That's inevitable. So I inevitably turned around because a thought occurred to me. And I allowed the thought to express itself in action. This configuration, okay, did that. Okay? It did it for reasons that go back there somewhere. But this certainly did do it. Okay? This didn't do it. That didn't do it. This did it. Okay? Because of it, the way it's arranged. This doesn't have legs. This doesn't have brain. This doesn't have any of that shit either. This has complexity. My complexity, complexityed, and I changed direction. Is that complicated? I don't think so. It sounded complicated, but it's not.